So solar plexus prep. As you enter into the energy of the solar plexus, you're coming up on the third and what you could call the final component of the physical energy chakras. So after the solar plexus, we move into the heart chakra, and after the heart chakra up into the throat chakra. And so the heart chakra is considered the bridge between the lower three physical chakras and the higher three spiritual chakras that reside within the chakra column, directly kind of connected to the body. And so the heart chakra being the bridge in between those, without a fully aligned and connected lower chakra column, it's going to be very hard to move into the higher vibrational energies of the heart chakra and then the throat chakra and above. And so in this week, the lesson from the solar plexus chakra is transformation. And so we're really starting to learn to hold our own energy in our own space. And we're learning how to stay really stable within our chakra column. And in this week, anything that's still you don't trust or you don't have confidence in about yourself is going to come up, because solar plexus is all about like you have to have trust in this process to move on and to hold more light energy. So something I would recommend for you to do right now is to journal 3 things that you want your guides to bring into your path this week, just to give you trust, just to allow you a sense of ultimate trust. And maybe after your first meditation, the first day of solar plexus meditation, once I sign off, with light and love, then I'd sit there and set the intention again and just say, I know this week you're going to bring me these 3 things that I've asked for to help me solidify my self-trust, or to help me trust in myself more. And one of the things you could ask for would be to find a stone or some kind of what's it called, medallions coming, what's some kind of talisman that connects to your guide's energy. You could ask for something that's high vibrational that you can use during meditation, something unique, or you can ask for something specific. You can also ask for signs. When I was moving through my process of self-trust, not as I went through the initial 7-week chakra healing process. This was a lot later. Self-trust was a running theme throughout my entire process. And I actually had a guide step in specifically to teach me self-trust. And there's a blog about it on my website about my interactions with a fly. So believe it or not, I learned self-trust with the help of a fly. My guide presented a fly to me, and it took 3 days for me to recognize this fly was my guide's energy. And as soon as I did, this guide first appeared to me in my very first meditation on the Rainbow Bridge. And so rainbows were always a strong connection for me in this guide. And so as soon as I made the recognition about the fly and acknowledged this is his energy and this is what he was trying to convey about self-trust and all of this, I look out a window and I see a rainbow out over trees. And it was just like the cherry on top of a really beautiful 3-day experience. So I've asked for things like, if this information is right, I need you to show me like a guy walking in an orange shirt. Like I'll be driving in a car and I'll get a hit and I say, okay, this is really hard to believe right now. If this information is right and this is what I need to know, like when I pull up to my work and I walk into the front desk area, I'm going to see somebody standing there in an orange shirt. And so that day I asked that, I parked and I walked into my front desk area and nobody but my staff were there. And so I started engaging in conversation. Out of the corner hallway walks a couple, and the man's wearing this neon orange shirt. And I about had a heart attack at that point. But you can ask, and you should ask for validation, and your guides will be more than happy to oblige. It's gonna take your presence and your groundedness to really be able to become aware and be receiving the energy to be in the places that these things will happen for you. So if you are not grounded, which is root chakra, and if you are not fluid with the energy around you in your field, which is the sacral chakra, if you're not, if you don't listen to the hit, say you're working at your desk getting typing something up, and you get this hit like, oh, I should really go get a drink of water at the water cooler or whatever, and you say, no, I just have to finish this, and you ignore it. Maybe that hit to change energy and shift your energy to go to the water cooler would have given you the piece of information you were asking for. So you really have to be grounded and aware, and following the first two chakras to start to get some of these hits that are going to validate your self-trust and give you confidence for the rest of this process. But that's the main philosophy and concept kind of what's coming down through with the energy of the solar plexus. So a lot of that which is going to come up this week is going to be, it can be anything, of course. You could still be working on root chakra stuff, but just from the solar plexus chakra perspective. So you could still be dealing with fear situations, but it could be from the perspective of, now, what are my mental thoughts going on with fear? So, this process is totally different for everybody. And if you're anything like me, I had sacral chakra stuff up until the crown. So, or third eye, or whatever it was, that I finally had a realization and an opening in the sacral chakra energy. So just be completely open to how this journey is presenting itself. Stay very attuned, as you raise up through the frequencies and hold more and more vibration, more energy. It's your higher self is going to start to slip in more, and so you're going to get more gut hits, and you're going to get more synchronicities, and you're going to get more connections, and it becomes really this kind of like fantasy playground. So as you move through this and you start to get these connections and things feel really right and almost dreamlike, you're going to question yourself that much more, because it's not within the human condition to believe that stuff like that could really happen. So stay strong and believe in everything that comes through, and again, stay as detached from the experiences as you can, so that you can take a very outside in kind of perspective on what's going on in your life, just trying to stay detached from the emotion. And at this point we're still in the physical, so we're still very into the emotion of things. Next week is when you start to engage with all of the emotions that surround everything. So good luck in the week, and with light and love.